Because I'm a college English professor who teaches a class called Masterpieces of World Literature, you might imagine that I exclusively engage with high culture. That is, you might think that I first encountered a classic like the Epic of Gilgamesh in a textbook, such as the Norton Anthology of World Literature, edited by Professor Martin Puchner of Harvard University, or the standalone translation of the epic by Professor Benjamin Foster of Yale University. But I have a confession to make. I first encountered the character of Gilgamesh in a piece of popular culture. In fact, in a form that some scholars scorn as low culture. It was in a comic book that I bought off a rack at a grocery store. To be exact, it was in Captain America Annual 11, which I bought at Schmitz's Economart in Spooner, Wisconsin, back in 1992. The first summary I ever read of the Epic of Gilgamesh is right here on page 16, where in one action-packed panel, writer Roy Thomas and artist Larry Alexander sketch out the basics of the ancient tale. And that, to my mind, is perfectly fine. Reading a bit about the Epic of Gilgamesh in this Captain America comic book made me want to seek out a translation of the ancient tale, which has since become one of my all-time favorites. Much like hearing references to the novel Henderson the Rain King in another piece of popular culture. This time, the 1993 Counting Crows song, Rain King, eventually led me to read the book by Saul Bellow, an American author who won not only the Pulitzer Prize, but also the Nobel Prize in Literature. So again, a reference in a piece of popular culture led me to a work of high culture. So, for our first class discussion in this first full module for our Masterpieces of World Literature class this semester, I'm asking you, what is a classic, a work of high culture that you first encountered through a reference to it in a piece of popular culture? Oh, and please also let your classmates and your professor know, would you recommend them to check out that piece of popular culture or that work of high culture? Or both? I look forward to reading your responses and getting your recommendations.